I know that the position of the Biden White House, which you used to belong to, is that, boy, they've done more on the conservative side of things than any Democratic president in recent history.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. Hey, it's a new year, but the leftist media is up to the same old BS. It's their constant propaganda in order to promote Joe Biden. CNN's Jake Tapper is here, and he'll tell us how hard Joe has been working on strengthening the border.
The position of the Biden White House, which you used to belong to, is that, boy, they've done more on the conservative side of things than any Democratic president in recent history.
CNN with fake news right out of the gate. The idea that Biden's done anything identifiably conservative on the border is a friggin' joke. Illegal immigration has soared since the moment Biden has stepped into office. But, God forbid anyone wants to secure the border. I mean, why would you want safe and secure borders? That is just cruel.
Governor Abbott is currently facing off with the Biden administration in court about whether it was illegal for Abbott to put the razor wire up in the first place. But legal or illegal, and it probably is illegal, the cruelty is the point.
Securing the border might be the point, but that's way too hard of a concept for the leftist media to grasp. They would like it a lot better if Governor Abbott made it easier and incentivized illegals, because leftists clearly love illegal aliens flooding red states. An influx of illegals is only a problem when Democrats have to deal with it.
The mayor's office says more than 7,000 asylum seekers have arrived in New York City in just the past 2 weeks. Other major cities also grappling with the surge, including big city leaders from Chicago and Denver, calling for federal support to help manage the flow, accusing Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott of cruel and inhumane politics as he buses migrants across the country.
So there's a record surge of illegals crossing the border. It's cruel to prevent them with walls and wire, and it's all Governor Greg Abbott's fault somehow. But what about that guy in the White House, that Joe Biden?
Boy, they've done more on the conservative side of things than any Democratic president in recent history.
Yeah, and if you believe that, you might believe CNN's lies and think the economy is actually good.
You joined me on State of the Union back in July. I asked why the American people weren't giving President Biden the credit that maybe he thinks he should have on the economy. You said a lot of it is about messaging, and you added that Biden just has to get out there. It is now 6 months later. The administration is still struggling on this issue. Why? Why?
Well, I think it's time to get out there. We've had our holidays. The campaigns are beginning now. This is when people will pay attention. And I think that the president, again, I've always said to members, people don't vote for you because you deserve it.
I bet Pelosi says that a lot to Democratic office holders.
I've always said to members, people don't vote for you because you deserve it.
Someone who did get what they deserved this week was former Harvard President Claudine Gay, who caved to pressure and stepped down because she can't just say no to anti-Semitism and faces repeated claims of plagiarizing other people's work. Or as the leftist media frames it,
there is this sort of open war on Black progress, Black history. Claudine Gay, the president of Harvard University, at least up until she resigned, is now the latest casualty of that.
Okay, sure. Don't mention the anti-Semitism or the plagiarizing. Just let Joy Reid punch your express ticket to racist crazy town. Next stop, racism everywhere.
Why are these elite colleges capitulating to it and essentially making it so uncomfortable for these women leaders that they have to step down to be replaced by white men?
It's all racism, and according to Democrat talking points, conservative attacks.
Conservative attacks on Gay kept coming.
She faced more scrutiny from some donors and conservative activists.
In the op-ed for the New York Times published Wednesday, she writes, "This was merely a single skirmish in a broader war to unravel public faith in pillars of American society."
Clearly, there's no need for personal responsibility from Gay. I mean, it's all conservative attacks. And the Associated Press claims they've identified this new conservative weapon being used in these attacks. Those nasty conservatives don't like plagiarism.
It's an attack on people who are pluralists and believe that you should bring people from all over the world together of diverse backgrounds, and that you actually have more scholarly rigor and more value can be brought by having people from different backgrounds. This is an attack on diversity. This is an attack on multiculturalism. and on many of the values that a lot of us hold dear.
The leftist media thinks it's time we all value plagiarism. I mean, more government theft through higher taxes is good to them. The leftists already want all of your money, so really, what's the theft of a whole bunch of words really amount to?
Claudine Gay has had to issue corrections, multiple corrections. Now, we should note that Claudine Gay has not been accused of stealing anyone's ideas in any of her writings. She's been accused of sort of more like copying other people's writings without attribution.
Which would be the literal definition of plagiarize. Could somebody please get CNN a dictionary for the new year, please? I mean, where would the left get this crazy mindset that plagiarism is perfectly fine and should be defended?
Presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
It reappeared in the New York Times with a new charge that Biden had appropriated a famous litany from the late Robert Kennedy about what the gross national product cannot measure.
It cannot measure the health of our children.
The health of our children.
The quality of our education.
The quality of their education.
The joy of their play.
Or the joy of their play.
Biden gave Kennedy no credit. He has also quoted or paraphrased John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, all without credit.
Joseph Biden admitted today that he committed plagiarism when he was in law school. He said it was a mistake, but that it was unintentional.
He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
That would explain it, wouldn't it? I'm Eric Shiner from MRC-TV, asking you to head over to the MRC homepage. Click on that donate button. Help us keep videos like this one coming. Head over to MRCTV.org for the latest in videos, information, and entertainment. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos on the social media platforms that let you see us. And we'll be back next week with another look at leftist media madness.